Hey, welcome to Sign to a JW. This is Sign to 109, one more day to live. Now, it's really a question. It's not necessarily a statement. But the question I throw out, what if you only had one more day to live? What would you do different? What type of individual would you try to be right now? What difference, what changes would you make? Are there things that you would do different, or would you just continue to live how it is? And I'm not talking about, I'd take all my money out of my bank and I'd go and I'd spend it all and, do all this different thing. But this is the last day that you have to live on this earth. What would you do? Would you make changes? Would you go after something that you've never went after before? Would you try something new? Would you try something that you've told yourself you would never do? And if so, why? So the thing is, and the reason that I ask it is because, we all know that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and the world that we live in is quite interesting, to say the least. What are you not doing right now? What are you not doing to live to the fullest? What are you not doing to ensure that you're as successful as possible? And what if you only had one more day to live? Because I look at it like this: if I had one more day to live, I'd do the same exact things that I'm doing now. Because fortunate for me, I've changed my mentality, I've changed my mindset, and I'm doing the things that I want to do overall. I love the profession that I'm in. I love my family situation. I enjoy where I'm at. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy putting out these videos. I'm doing what it is that I want to do, and I wouldn't change anything. There would be nothing to change because I've made the change already. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be the individual that dies and has this, all these ambitions and dreams and a full tank. I'm going to be the one that dies on empty. I want to die on empty. Not only do I want to die on empty, but I know that I'm going to die on empty. And, fully completed and depleted in every single way overall. So what are you doing? What are you not doing? And what can you do to make a difference? And what can you do to change? Because you shouldn't be starting something if you just had one more day to live. Lots of times I hear, well, after I was diagnosed with cancer, I decided to make a change in my life. Why didn't you decide to make a change in your life before cancer? I talked about it earlier when I was working on my podcast about self-help and really, how you can use it and how it is important to figure these things out for yourself and be able to navigate through your own problems and navigate through your own issues and be able to, change your mindset to get you to where you want to be. And in it, I was talking about, that the individual that you always tell, hey, this is bad for you, or hey, you shouldn't do this, or hey, you know what, there might be something that is a consequence of your action right now, or technically a consequence of your inaction. And they don't make any change. They don't do anything different. Then all of a sudden, one day, they're diagnosed with cancer, or they find out that they have a tumor and they only have 6 months to live, or someone dies in their family of something that they feel is kind of related to them, and all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, I got to do this now. Well, why do you have to do this now? You have to do this now because a doctor told you, or because someone else passed away, or because cancer was all of a sudden thrown at you. You should be making these changes now. And for a lot of individuals, you should be making these changes because you're young. And if you're not young, you should be making these changes because you're not young. They shouldn't be changes that you're making 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road overall, because you don't know if that's going to be there. And really, what if you only had one more day to live? I think, the only thing that I would do differently, would be nothing. Because what I'm doing already, I'm enjoying the time that I spend with my family. I'm being the individual that I want to be. I'm doing it what I want to do, and I'm doing it in the way that I want to do it. I don't have someone that scripts these for me. I don't have someone that tells me, well, this is what you need to talk to. I don't have thousands of views. I don't care. I'm putting out a message because I want other individuals to be, to be great and to make the change now. And don't make it because I'm telling you, but make it because you are making the realization that, you have so much more life to live, whether it's one day or whether it's 100, and I mean 100 days, 100 years, doesn't matter. I turn 33 next month, and I think about it, for a normal individual that lives, let's just say they live 100 years, I am a third of the way done with my life. And I wasted probably half of that third. And that's sad. I don't want to think back that I wasted, or I'm okay with knowing that I wasted 15 years. But when I'm sitting on my deathbed and I am 99 and I'm looking back and I'm like, wow, I wasted 70 years, or I wasted 60 years, or I wasted half my life. No, that's not going to be me. That's not going to be me, and it shouldn't be you either. You should be out there doing everything that you possibly can to be who you are, who you want to be, and doing the things that you want to do in every single way. Being the best individual that you possibly can be. Being a nice person overall, being kind, but being the greatest individual that you possibly can be, because you deserve it. You deserve it. Just like every other individual out there in the world deserves to be happy. They deserve the successes that they want, because that is what you can do. Now, there's stuff that you have to do. You have to take action on it, because if you don't, that inaction is going to leave you with nothing. But think about it. If you only had one more day to live, are you living it the way that you would be, the way that you should, the way that you want, the way that you talk about all the time? This is what I want. This is what I want for my future. Well, are you already doing what is necessary to get there? Are you living that way now? Because if you're not living that way, you need to make that change, because if tomorrow doesn't come, I'm happy with what I've done for the last, 5 years, 5 to 7 years, compared to what I did the first, 20 some odd years. The changes that I made. And I know that if I am giving tomorrow, I'm going to make that the best day possible. And if I am given another day down the road, I'm excited. It's Monday, and I know it's crazy, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Monday. I'm excited for the new week to start. I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited for my future. And I wasn't 5 years ago. I wasn't 7 years ago. I wasn't as excited as I was 5 years ago. And these are the things that you need to think about. These are the things that you need to go ahead and look at and make those changes now, because you shouldn't be thinking about, well, I only have one more day to live. Now let's go ahead and make some changes. Or now I have cancer. Let's make some changes. Or the doctor told me I only have 5 years to live because I have a tumor. No, you need to make the changes now, all right? Because at the end of the day, you need to be happy. You need to be the individual that is living your life every single day to the fullest and putting in the hard work, the dedication, the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears to get you to where you want to be overall. Because if your life is cut short, look, you should have done everything possible and not made any changes prior to that moment. The change should have already been made. The change should have been years ago. That's what you need to look at. That's what you need to think about, and that's what you need to start doing. So think about that overall. Think about it. There's a lot of different people around the world that say the same exact thing, but we don't, the normal individual doesn't listen because we don't understand what that means. You got to start listening. You have to listen to that, and you have to go ahead and embrace it and make the change necessary. So there's no, oh crap, well, tomorrow's not going to be here, and today's my last day on this earth. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something different. No, not the answer. Not the answer at all. And if that is your answer right now, it's crap. Fix it. Fix it before it's too late. Fix it. It's simple. Just fix it. All right? Appreciate you watching Decide to 109. One more day to live. Like it, share, comment. And if you know that individual that needs to make a change in their life, hey, elbow. Make a change. Help them. If you're on the right path already, help them. That is your reason for being here on this earth. All right. And if you don't think that, look, you're not looking at it in the right way. You have a responsibility to help those around you. If you're already A-OK, you have a responsibility to help the ones that aren't. So appreciate it. Until my next video, thanks for watching Decide and Do.